Okay, so here we go again. Annoyingly, I did this. This is my second time, and it took me like 20 some minutes to do the other one, and there was no audio. So that's annoying. But basically, I just wanted to give you guys an overview of the expectations that I've heard from the district and then how that's going to translate into our classes together. Okay, and so these are going to be the expectations for the rest of the year. And we'll just kind of do it week by week. But these are the commonalities throughout the rest of the year. And most of this stuff is it's like district-wide policy. So if you have any questions as we're going through this, please either write them down and then text me on Remind, or text me as we're going, pause the video, whatever's best for you. Okay, so here we go. First up, we're going to start with what distance learning means for us. As you can see to the right here, we have that block schedule that's been going around. You've already been sent this as the district. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit and go over what that means for us also. So what distance learning means for us, over here, school is still happening just from a distance, okay? So the expectation is that you are still having school, okay? Here, the block schedule was created so that your courses and teacher Zoom meetings would not overlap. It was to prevent courses from overwhelming you with something different every day. So for those of you that had like a class that was meeting every day or assigning something every day, this is to help alleviate that. Also, the other direction would be say that your science class, your math class, and your English class all had Zoom meetings on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. You would have to choose which one would you go to and stuff like that, right? So that's what this schedule was designed for, so that teachers would be able to communicate with their students at separate times and be able to have time for their class. It's not perfect, and I want to really state that this does not mean that you are going to school from 8:30 to 2 every day, okay? It means that if your teacher is going to be having some sort of live meeting or whatever, that this is the time frame in which they have to give it to you, okay? So by no means are you going to school from 8:30 to 2? No. Okay. The district also understands that, like, or is also telling us teachers, like, be flexible, right? So, if you can't make it during that block, like, then communicate to, like, if you guys can't make it to the block, communicate to how you're going to get that information, right? Maybe your teacher's going to post it or whatever. Okay. So, it looks crazy and it looks like a schedule, but it's really just, it is flexible. And, I remember the other thing that I mentioned on the last time I recorded this whole thing. It could also be a way for you to organize how you work throughout your different classes. So if you have English homework and math homework, maybe you can, focus on your English and your world languages and your social sciences on Mondays and Wednesdays, get it done then. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're getting done the math, science, PE electives, that kind of stuff, okay? And then Fridays are meant for, like, office hours. So it's just kind of helps schedule you too. If you wanted to help focus your attention on those days for those courses, you can do so, okay? Down here in blue, so my office hours for our class are going to be Zoom meetings, calculus, we're going to do 10:30 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Financial algebra, we're doing 11 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then my credit recovery class, we're going to be doing 2 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the block that we're allowed, okay? So that's what was given to me, Tuesday, Thursday, and I have to fit all my math classes in between 10 and 11:30, okay? So that's why we're splitting up between calc and financial algebra, okay? Down here, sorry, I covered it. So down here in purple, it says I will be available by email and text on Fridays during block 2. So between that 10 and 11:30 block, I don't want to leave like a Zoom open that whole time or anything like that. So basically start by sending me a message on Remind, and we can go from there, right? So if I can answer it on Remind, awesome. If we need to start up a Zoom for just 2 or 4 of us, that's fine too. If we need to, I don't know, if I need to voice call you to walk you through something, cool. All right, so you'll start by texting me, and then we'll move from there. And then the other thing with that, I remember. You don't have to wait till that time to do it, okay? So that's just when I'm like devoting time. I'm going to have staff meetings in the morning on Friday and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of devoting that time. But it is, what do you call it? You can text me anytime on Remind or email me on School Loop. I do prefer Remind. That's all right here, right? So Remind text is my preferred method of communication. School Loop is always available, but I do prefer Remind. Okay, and then credit recovery. Okay, our block is down here. I think it's covered by my little face, but it says dual enrollment classes and then credit recovery classes. Okay. All right, moving on to the next one. So what is expected of you? Okay, so what will my classes look like? What can I expect from my teachers? What will be expected of me? Teachers will ask you to check in with them on each of their block schedule days. They may ask you a question related to the instruction or may simply ask you how you are doing. Okay, so I'm going to be providing check-ins Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit. Okay. I forgot to mention on this one, all of this like straightforward, like professional looking typing, this is coming straight from the document that the district provided you guys, and us. And so then all the other stuff, this is me adding to it. Okay. Teachers will give assignments with flexible deadlines. So again, we are instructed to be flexible. I've been pretty flexible from the beginning of this, so I'm going to be continuing that. And we're going to do that same thing we've been doing, where I will post everything on Monday and it will be due the following Sunday. Okay. So again, I'm going to be posting stuff on Monday. Okay. Our block is not till Tuesday. So I do not have any expectations of you actually like working on it until Tuesday. Okay. So, but I will be, Monday is going to be like my work day to prep for the week. So once I'm done prepping, I will post it on Monday. And then, like I said, with the expectation that you'll be doing it on Tuesday, because that's our block. Next one, check Google Classroom for assignment info. That's where I'm going to be posting it. Okay. I'm going to do it just like I did last week. I'm going to post an assignment, and on that, I'm going to link a Google Doc, and my Google Doc will have my expectations. Okay. It'll have links to videos, for any PowerPoints. It'll have, the Flipgrid code, all of that stuff, there for you. Okay. Here it is the district's expectation that students work consistently toward completing each course. And so it's an expectation that you guys are still working, that you're still going to school. Okay. And here is the link to my formal instructional plan. So I'm going to be going through everything. But when I post, this slides presentation, you can click on the link and that'll take you to my formal document that I'll be turning into Mr. Cho, just outlining my expectations of you guys. Also, if you do not have any of the codes, so Google Classroom, which if you're watching this, you probably had Google Classroom code, but Google Classroom, Remind, and Flipgrid, they're all on that document. Okay, so for calculus, financial algebra, all the classes, and credit recovery, you can go and get any of those codes from that Google Doc. Okay. Little bit of just stuff here. So your education is something you can control. So we're in this crazy time where basically everything feels out of our control, right? We don't have control over a lot right now. And so your education is something that you have control over. You get to decide what amount of effort you're going to be putting into this, okay? Think and ask yourself, how are you going to end this year, right? A lot of you guys are seniors. Most of my classes I teach are seniors. How are you going to end this year, right? You've already had all of this unexpected stuff that you could not or cannot control. So how are you going to make the best of what's left, pertaining to your education? And then the other one is, what can your current work ethic teach you about yourself? So right now, you guys have this opportunity to continue learning. You have this opportunity to kind of start figuring out how you work best and what kind of schedule you can set for yourself, and how to, lots of life skills right now. So you can kind of look at that in your work ethic. Are you just going to be lazy and give up and not do anything? Or are you going to put in the work and put in the time and really continue that education of yours? Okay. My expectation of you guys is that you continue learning. Okay. Every class that I teach has valuable information. Calculus, you guys have college coming up next year. I think every one of you, if not almost all, you guys are headed towards college next year. Don't get lazy now. Okay, that's going to be a crazy hard habit to break if you start now in April, doing nothing and being lazy, and then coming in August, September, having to get back into it in college level courses. It's going to be super difficult. So I highly, highly, highly suggest you guys continue putting in the effort and work towards school. And then my financial algebra classes, both during the day and credit recovery, we have real life things in our math class. Okay, so right here it says, stay with me and learn some more amazing math that you will see in your future. Okay, my financial algebra periods 4, 5, 6, literally, we're in a housing unit. A lot of this stuff that I'm going to cover, I'm literally dealing with it right now. I had to get new flooring and get the measurements of my house and the cost of the flooring and budgeted this. And so it's stuff that you guys will see in your future. All right. So stay with me and still learn some of that stuff. Okay. All right. So what do I hope for you? So I'm not going to lie. I literally kept this slide from Miss Cerna, but she did take the last part. That's from me, something that I had said earlier. And so it just really speaks to what I think teaching is about too. Okay. So it says, what do I hope for you? I am your teacher. My goal is to teach you. My hope is that you learn something that will help you in your future. When it comes to math, the math that I teach you builds your brain, gets you to practice problem solving, and prepares you for the next math thing that you will need to take. The next math thing may be something you need to take for college, like a general ed course, or it may be necessary for a college major. It might be a math course to fill your A through G requirement. But again, my goal is to prepare you for that. Okay, so that's the mathy side of it. Teaching isn't just about the curriculum though. So next paragraph, aquí. When it comes to life, my hope is that that I teach you something about being responsible and accountable. I hope you learn a little bit about being disciplined, and I define discipline as doing something even when you do not want to do it. This is a difficult habit to build, but it's so necessary for anything in life. When you get to college, there will be no teachers telling you to go to class, to read the book, to work on practice problems, and to study. Okay, when you guys have a job, you're going to have your list of stuff to do. Nobody's going to be babysitting you as you do it. And if they are, they're probably not going to be very happy about that, right? So here, you need to find what motivates you to learn. You need to discover whether you find value in education. And if you do, use that to motivate you to get things done. All right. So as we go through this stuff, you're going to hear me. This is an opportunity for you to take ownership of your own learning, of your own education. Okay. It says, with all of that said, I will continue to be your teacher. I'm going to continue working from my home to assign work that is valuable for you to know as you move to the next step. I will provide learning opportunities, and I want to hear from you. Okay, so I believe my next slide is about grades. So we'll talk about that, but with what's expected, I'm not going to be collecting a lot. I'm not going to be grading a lot. Okay, and that's just the truth behind it, or that's just the truth about it. And so since I'm not going to be grading a bunch, this is really more up to you, okay, to get the work done, to learn to ask questions, all right? And so I'm going to provide the information that you need, but it's going to be up to you to actually do it, okay? All right, so grades and what must you do? So again, fancy pants, professional wording from the district and state, okay? So school is in session, and the state of California requires that schools provide high quality distance learning. So that's going to be me giving you some awesome lectures, okay? Students are also expected to continue their education and work towards successfully completing the courses to earn credits towards graduation. Teachers will be providing instruction, assigning work, and providing feedback. As long as students are engaging in their coursework, checking in each weekday, and submitting assignments, they will continue to make progress in their course and preserve the progress they made prior to school closures, enabling them to demonstrate further learning in ways that are appropriate to their context. Okay, so this next bullet point, these next 2 bullet points, okay? Grades as of March 16th will reflect general progress and achievement demonstrated toward mastery of standards through the first 3 quarters of the school year. So grades up through March 16th, that's kind of where it's at, okay? And then here, students may work toward preserving, so that's keeping, and improving their grades and mastering the essential skills necessary to complete their courses. So notice, right, not lowering, all right? So your grades cannot go lower than what they were March 16th, all right? So that's the reality of what it is. So while I will continue providing learning, if you're not doing it, your grade is not going to go down. But I really, really, really want you to still go through, look at the notes, look at the assignments, try them, ask questions, and so on, okay? But if you don't do it, here's how it's going to go. So it says all remaining assignments will be considered extra credit and will categorized into online learning, EC, for extra credit. If you don't do an assignment, you're going to receive an M, stands for missing, and it will show as a 0, but in the extra credit category, so it will not hurt your grade from where it was on March 16th, okay? Where are we at? Original work. If your work is not your own, you will not receive credit. If you are going to copy someone's work, don't waste my time and yours, all right? All students whose work matches will receive no credit. So realistically speaking, a lot of what I'm going to be collecting is more of the like SEL and check-in stuff. But whenever there is something else, don't just copy somebody else. It literally defeats the purpose of everything I'm doing, because I'm really trying to have you guys learn something, okay? Here it did say that students are need to check in. Okay, again, literally, if you don't, your grade will not go down. However, I will be worried about you, so I will try to communicate with you, whether through Remind or call you or whatever. So please check in so that I don't have to worry about you and I can hear from you and stuff like that, because I do miss you guys. All right, so check in with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. How? We can do an emoji response on Remind when I send a check-in message. And then also you can attend a Zoom office hour that week. You could always do both, because I will love hearing your responses to my questions, and I will love seeing your faces on Zoom and hearing you guys, okay? Do the SEL work. So SEL stands for social emotional learning, All right, I know my little picture blocks the bottom corner, so I'm going to read what that says too. It says, okay, so you do not have to do this, but I think it is so important to learn about social and emotional aspects of our lives and how to actually work through them. I love these lessons. Okay, so I'm going to put them out there as often as Mr. Mahaney does on the guy who's in the videos, if you watched them last week. Because I think they're incredible. I think they're, especially in times that you need to actually deal with something, this kind of stuff teaches you how we work and how to deal with stuff. So I really like it. And yeah, okay. Questions. I cracked myself up. Okay. All right. Next up. So here's what it's going to look like for the week. I'm hoping today that you watched this video about my expectations. After you've gone through this whole video and kind of went back and looked at any of the slides or anything like that, if you have any questions, please ask me. Okay, so message me on Remind and ask me any questions that you have, and I'll be able to go over them. Okay. Tomorrow, the 7th, I'll post the stuff for the week. So for everybody, I'm right here, everybody, we're not going to do SEL this week. You are going to have a Flipgrid post, and I need you to check in with me still. Okay. And then calculus and financial algebra, you guys are going to have one thing of notes and some practice. And then credit recovery, you're going to have 3 Google Classroom assignments. Okay. So I'm going to skip to over here real quick. Sorry. So follow me to the yellow. I'm writing this stuff like when I think you should be getting them done as a guideline to keep you from procrastinating and stressing at the end of the week. Okay. So when I do this is like what I think you should do. However, I am going to post everything on Tuesday. So if you want to do everything early, go for it. I highly suggest not doing everything late. Okay. So once I post everything, this is what you would do like Tuesday. Wednesday, do work for the classes that are on the Monday, Wednesday block. Thursday, go through and do the second set of notes and practice problems for calculus and financial. Credit recovery, finish up those Google Classroom assignments. Okay, and then Friday, make sure you've completed the practice problems. Ask me questions if you have them. Respond to your classmates on Flipgrid. Yay, that makes me so happy. I really, really enjoy watching your guys' videos because I miss you and I love you and I miss hearing your voices. Okay. I feel like I wrote that somewhere. I think I wrote that on the Fancy Pants one. The Google Doc link earlier in the slides. I wrote something about the Flipgrid where I'm going to be using it kind of to check in on you, but I really miss you guys. And so it really helps me like just remember your faces and your voices. And I just love hearing your thoughts. So kind of cool. Okay. And then office hours throughout the week. These are going to correspond with the block scheduling. Okay. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have our Zoom meetings. They last 30 minutes. Calculus, we'll do 10:30. Financial algebra, 11. And then credit recovery, our block is at 2 p.m. And then again on Fridays, my office hours are available in that second block of 10 to 11:30. Message me on Remind, and then we can go from there. Okay. So that's everything here. Sorry. All assignments are still due on the Sunday afterwards. So by 11:59 p.m., that's when assignments are due. And yeah, I think that's it. So after you watch this video, check out that Google Doc. So go on the slides, look through whatever you had questions on. Go ahead and click on the link for the Google Doc. It's super, like it's got the codes, it's got my expectations very clearly written out. So read that, okay? And then message me any questions on Remind, okay? So once again, your grades cannot go down, but I still really want and expect you guys to continue learning, and I will be creating assignments that will go in as extra credit to give you opportunities to raise your grade between now and the end of the school year. Okay, so that's kind of I think the important parts that everybody want to hear. But yeah, okay, so hope you have a good day. See you guys tomorrow at our Zoom or check-in. Oh, and I guess if you're watching this tomorrow on Tuesday, then I'll see you today. I'm so sorry. I'm so confusing. Okay, so anyways, see you all on Tuesday, April 7th. Okay, bye.